guys, Ash here with WatchMojo, and these are the top 20 anime heroes turned villains.
Walter! Is that you?
For this list, we're going to be looking at times where kind-hearted souls went to the dark side. Whether it was just a temporary blip or a full-on conversion, as long as they were flying the banner of evil at one point in time, they count. Think we missed any essential turncoats? Let us know in the comments. And as always, if there's an anime list you want to see, go to my Twitter at AshJBo and let me know. Number 20, Saber, Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel. Even the most noble knight can fall, and for all her chivalry and swordsmanship, this heroic spirit, across all her incarnations, has been shown to have a frail heart beneath all that armor. After coming into contact with the shadow, Saber is twisted into a dark reflection of herself. Now acting as Sakura's guard dog, Saber Alter is presented as a merciless warrior with enough strength in her swings to even annihilate monsters like Berserker. Where the hell was this formed during the Fourth Holy Grail War? Number 19, Ami Kiryu. Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. Given just how clumsy and unassuming he was, the idea of Kiryu being any kind of villain or threat was laughable, and then he revealed himself to be an evil mastermind with a despair fetish and nearly blew up an entire school with a magic bomb. Turns out he was more of a loose cannon than anyone realized, one who relishes the acts of terror he commits, as well as his own failures. Dude is messed up, and now he's got eyes on Iruma, who he now considers his beloved nemesis. Hey, you stay away from that blue cinnamon roll, he belongs to Amari. Number 18, Lyserg, Shaman King. Remember this kid? The Sherlock Holmes shaman who had such a hate-on for Hao that he was willing to give up the bonds he had built with Yo and company. Driven by his single-minded desire for revenge, Lyserg left Team Asakura in favor of the X-Laws, a bunch of radicals who wouldn't hesitate to harm innocents if it meant they could purge Hao. While Lyserg would eventually see the light, his time among the white-robed gunslingers didn't do well for his image. Number 17, Mei Kumon, Digimon Adventure Tri.
I got lost. I was so worried. Please don't wander off like that. Okay.
Aw, how could anyone hate on such a lovely bundle of digital fluff? Starting out as just another addition to the franchise's gallery of adorable entities, the would-be plushie takes something of a sinister turn when it's revealed to be the source of the infection consuming the digital world.
He digivolved?
After that little reveal, it abandons its cutesy exterior, bulks up, shafts its partner, and goes on to cause no end of calamity. We're not normally one to advocate deletion of fluffy animals, but we can make an exception here.
Oh, Meikumon, I couldn't save you. Meiko? I'm here.
Number 16, Slain Troyard, Aldnoah Zero.
これを
宮に伝わる魔除けのお守りだと聞いています。
Adolescence, a time of great emotional complexity, yearning, and outbursts. It's just such a shame that this guy's hormones propelled him towards being a warmonger. While originally nothing more than a loyal soldier determined to save the life of his beloved empress, who he happened to be harboring feelings towards, her apparent death, plus the fact there was a new protagonist making the moves on her, was just a bit too much for Slane to handle. Murdering his adoptive father, causing chaos with his mecha, is no lengths he wouldn't go to for the sake of his thirst.
帰る場所を失うというのがどういうことか知るといい。
Number 15, Akira Hayama, Food Wars.
Hayama! Akira!
A prodigy when it comes to spices and scents, Hayama was very much the golden boy of anime's answer to Cutthroat Kitchen, proving himself time and time again to be one of Soma's fiercest rivals. Alas, not even this genius chef could resist the temptation to join the corporate ranks of Central.
新たに十血入りした葉山明だ。
Surrendering to the notion that if times were changing, he would change with them, even if it pushed away all of those he cared about. Thus we have Hayama's bad boy phase, which, given his new threads, bordered on edgelord territory. Nothing a good foodgasm can't fix though. Number 14, Stocking. Panty stocking with garter belt. Technically, this villainous twist is played more for laughs and shock value than actual character development, but hey, it still counts. After managing to put the kibosh on Corset by summoning a giant pair of legs from heaven, just go with it, Stocking betrays her sister at the last second by slicing her up into bite-sized angel pieces, all before revealing that, surprise, she's actually a demon.
ストッキング、君は。ごめんなさい。私本当は悪魔なの。
Are we given an explanation? Nope. But at least we got to share in everyone else's stares of disbelief as this series concluded on the mother of all cliffhangers. Number 13, Kai, Beyblade.
Fine. I'm all yours, and Black Tronzer's all mine.
Being a jerk and a loner is one thing, but betraying your team for a shiny new Beyblade is a bridge too far. After being given the chance to get his hands on the infamous Black Tronzer, Kai happily throws in his lot with the shady Boris and his demolition boys. From there, Kai proceeds to decimate all other players, sometimes whole teams at a time, in order to steal their bit beasts for himself.
I don't see any more Beyblades. I guess that makes me the winner then.
Thankfully, after getting his ass beaten by his former comrades and nearly drowning in a frozen lake, he finally has some humility.
I think Dronzer would be happier to be back with you. Besides, dude, black was never really your color.
Number 12, Chibi-Usa, Sailor Moon.
Oh no, Rini! Rini, come back! Who's Rini? The wise man gave me a new name. Wicked lady suits me, don't you think?
She might have been obnoxious at times, but Chibi-Usa was still just a child trying to find her way home. More than that, she's also the daughter of an alternative version of Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. This naturally made her the perfect target for the insidious wise man, who fooled her into believing that her loved ones from both time periods despised her.
None of them. Not one of them cared. Nobody celebrated my birthday. I was all by myself.
In her anguish, she became a vessel for the malefic Black Crystal, transforming into a more adult version of herself known as Black Lady or Wicked Lady, if you're a dub purist, a tool to be used to destroy the Sailor Senshi.
No, I think it's you who's trying to brainwash me, but that's ending. Now!
Number 11, Straizo, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
とぼけた男だが、やはり劇場の性格であったな。
Honestly, turning evil was probably the best move for this guy. At least now he'll always be the villain that introduced us to the majestic awesomeness that is Joseph Joestar, as opposed to some generic chap who survived the events of Phantom Blood. Deciding to take the power of the stone mask for himself, Straizo turns himself into a vampire before deciding to get rid of the one man who could defeat him.
中だろうが構わん。ジョジョ、お前の命をもらう。才能が目覚めるうちにな。はあ、そうかい。
Alas, he proves no match for Joseph's cunning and uncanny ability to pull victories out of his backside.
地獄でさびら
今夜からは安心して眠れるぜ、おばあちゃん。
Number 10, Naruto, Monogatari franchise.
じゃあちゃんと戦わないと。身も心もすっかり怪異に出してしもうたという感じじゃな。
Heartbreak can be awful, even more so when you've been rejected by Araragi of all people. Yet another high schooler caught in the midst of a supernatural affliction, Naruto was saved by Araragi's intervention and subsequently fell for him hard. Alas, he rejected her, given he was already with an S-tier lady like Senjo Gahara, something Naruto didn't take too well.
小嫁お兄ちゃんと敵対しているのでしょうか。小嫁お兄ちゃんなんて大嫌いだよ。
As a result, she chose to instead embrace her former affliction, becoming a Medusa figure who nearly tore apart her beloved out of envy. Ain't love a bitch.
嘘ばっかりなんだから。本当にもう。
Number 9, Seido Takezawa, Tokyo Ghoul Re. While originally a member of the CCG, Takezawa was nonetheless a well-meaning kid, albeit one who had a major inferiority complex and didn't know how to control his fear. Unfortunately for him, he found himself being turned into an artificial one-eyed ghoul and was driven crazy by the torturous process. This eventually led him into the crosshairs of Heisei, where the two proceeded to engage in an all-out ghoul brawl. Too bad all that insanity wasn't enough to defeat our brooding lead. Number 8, Walter Dornes, Hellsing Ultimate.
My name is Walter Dolnays, butler to the Helsing family, and former master vampire hunter.
Former master vampire and loyal butler to the Helsing family, Walter was very much the reliable voice of reason among Integra's inner circle. As it happens, the aged warrior had his own dreams, one that he was willing to sell his soul for. In a last-ditch effort to kill Alucard, Walter not only agrees to undergo a procedure that would temporarily restore him to his youth at the expense of his life, but joined up with the remains of the Third Reich in order to do so.
The dead are nothing but refuse, and there is no need for anyone to mourn filth. Isn't that right, Integra?
No matter how you slice it, teaming up with swastika-wearing lunatics is not a good look.
Learn to heal, mongrel.
Number 7, Archer, Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. While on the surface, this heroic spirit appears to be the embodiment of Suave, one who could happily slice and shoot his way through the Holy Grail War just for the sake of Rin. Truthfully, however, he's an opportunist looking for the most advantageous way to push his own agenda. As an alternative version of Shiro from another timeline, Archer seeks to end his younger self in order to, some timey-wimey right the wrongs, counter Guardian, oh, you get the idea.
それがこの俺英霊エミヤの正体だ そんな男は今のうちに死んだ方が世のためだと思わないか?
Have to admit, even as he betrays basically everyone he encounters, he still looks awesome in that coat.
I am the bone of my sword, unknown to death, unknown to life. Unlimited blade works.
Number 6, Char Aznable, Mobile Suit Gundam, Char's Counterattack.
What's your reason for returning to the Earth Sphere? I came to laugh at you.
Well, so much for all that good faith that he built up during Zeta. After rallying the Neo-Zeon forces in an effort to kick the Earth Federation to the curb, Char once again returns to his status as the Red Comet, complete with some major revenge issues. Turns out he never quite got over Lala's death, thus the legendary rivalry is reignited, with Char even willing to drop an asteroid on the Earth for the sake of his mission.
Those living on Earth only care about themselves and no one else. That's why I've decided to get rid of them all.
It's fair to say that this time around, Char skipped over the morally grey area and went straight for Vader status.
Hence, we will discipline the people who continue to live on Earth and eliminate the source of any wars in Earth's sphere!
Number 5, Eren Yeager, Attack on Titan.
向こうにいる敵全部殺せば俺たち自由になれるのか?
He may have been loud and vengeful, but above all else, Eren was optimistic in his belief that humanity would take back their homes from the man-eating giants that lurked outside the walls. That is, until the truth of the world was laid bare before his eyes, leading to him making the shift to the scariest Chad in anime.
ビリー・タイバーの言う通り、俺は悪者だ。世界を滅ぼしちまうかもしれない。
Whatever his endgame ultimately is, it was enough to warrant him laying siege to Mali, killing slews of innocents, and pushing everyone who cared about him to the side. Eren even willingly became the monster of his own story, and it is as haunting as it is enticing. Number 4, Ryo Asuka, Devilman Crybaby. While we should have seen the warning signs when he started pulling out machine guns and stabbing people in nightclubs, for the most part we still trusted Ryo when it came to his mission to wipe out the demons infesting the Earth, until it was revealed that he was the biggest devil of them all. After discovering his true origins as Satan, Ryo is all too eager to fall back on his old apocalyptic habits, paving the way for the slaughter of all mankind in the process. Number 3, Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto series. Watching your family get massacred by your older brother can certainly have a negative effect on an impressionable young kid, and for Sasuke, it rooted itself in the form of cold-blooded revenge. The younger Uchiha was so driven by a desire to kill his bro that his narrow-mindedness led him to abandon his village and nearly kill his best bud. Of course, the vengeance train didn't stop there, as after discovering the truth about Itachi, he soon set his sights on wiping out the Hidden Leaf and almost killed his future wife. Honestly, it's a miracle that he managed to get himself off the hook by the end of the series. Number 2, Satoko Hojo, Higurashi When They Cry franchise. It's always sad when besties break up. Even more so when one of them has gone so far off the deep end, they're now a living deity whose only goal in life is mentally breaking their former friend. So yeah, Satoko be psycho. Now with an understanding of the various time loops and horrors that she and everyone had previously experienced, Satoko went from being just another victim to an instigator. Instead of freeing everyone from the curse, she'd rather force everyone in it to fit her dream life.
あんたが隠してたのね。
さあリカ。
Stop giving little anime girls ungodly power. It never ends well.
それでも勝つのは私でございますのよ。
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Griffith, Berserk.
It's creepy. Be afraid.
Of course it's bloody Griffith. The White Hawk may have pulled some shady shit in order to improve his political standing and win the king's favor, but he still was shown to have a deep appreciation for the Band of the Hawk, as well as his newfound friendship with Guts.
It's finished. All of it.
At least he did, until he sacrificed them all to become a member of the God Hand, the final nail in the coffin being when he made Guts watch as he violated Casca. Yep, that'll earn you a villain's loyalty card, alright.
Our newest kinsman, our wing of darkness. Arise, Femto.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.